Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Jyotirmayananda Society, a journey to self-realization. Please subscribe for the mystical meanings of our holy scriptures and to enjoy daily satsang. We are currently exploring the book Integral Yoga, authored by Swami Jyotirmayananda Maharaj, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhhilananda. So today we are continuing Jnana Yoga, the knowledge of wisdom, and yesterday we had covered the 6 qualifications of an aspirant. Today we study the parable of the 3 questions. A story is told in Vedanta of a sage whom people sought for advice and instruction. Whenever a person knocked on his door, he would ask 3 questions. If he didn't give proper answers, he would not let that person in. The first question was, "Who are you?" The person would naturally say, "I am the son of so and so," or "I am the mayor." The sage would not open the door. The next question he would ask was, "Where do you come from?" The person would most likely say, "I have come from this particular place or location, residence." The door would not open again. The third question was, "What is the purpose for which you have come?" The person would say, "I have come for your blessing so that my sick child may become well." Still, the door would remain shut. So he tried and he turned away many people day by day. He wouldn't see anyone until one day a wise person came. When the sage asked who he was, the reply came, "That is what I have come here for, to know who I am, to understand my essential nature." To the second question, where he was from, the answer came, "That also I do not know. Where do I come from? I want to understand." Similarly, to the question, what is the purpose for which he has come, the answer was, "That too I want to know. What is the purpose of my life?" The door opened. The implication is that when the personality is integrated, there develops a deep hunger to know the secrets of existence. Who am I? What am I here for? Where do I truly abide? If that aspiration dawns and these qualities are promoted, that hunger unfolds automatically. It is just like an unhealthy person with some malfunction of his liver. He does not feel hungry, but the moment the sickness is removed, his hunger returns. Much in the same way, spiritual hunger or aspiration sets in when these great qualities are promoted. The practice of Vedanta, as the 4 qualifications are developed, practice of Vedanta continues with the following 4 disciplines. The first is called listening or Shravana. The second is called Manana or reflection. Third is meditation or Nididhyasana. And the fourth is realization of the self or Atma Sakshatkar. These 4 stages are practiced to the extent it is possible, even if the fourfold qualifications have not yet been perfected. What is essential is a deep understanding of the goal and a sincere effort to follow these 4 practices. The first step, listening to the teachings of Vedanta philosophy, implies a studies of the spirit within. What is its nature? What is the nature of the world around us? What do we mean by God? What is his relationship with the individual? And what is the ultimate goal? When these points are listened to by the attentive and receptive mind of an aspirant, when he does not merely listen through his ears, but rather with an attentiveness of his entire consciousness, then it is called listening. In order to be attentive, your mind cannot be burdened with the noises of the ego and mental complexes. Listen as if you are trying to hear some soft sound, but cannot unless other rude noises are stopped first. In the same way, when listening to the song of the spirit, you need to silence the rude noises made by the ego. Listening, therefore, is a mystical art and implies an open mindedness in your study. Suppose someone is suffering from a slight cold. What happens many times? Instead of facing the situation as it is, he begins to listen to the many whispers of his ego. Nobody can cure me. The cold I am suffering from is very serious. It has no cure. Ultimately, pneumonia may even come. I am destined for it. This is called not listening. On the other hand, if you listen to things as they are, your problems will vanish in a very short time. This is true for any problem in life. Try to view any problem without putting your ego into it. Differentiate between the actual perception of a development and the many noises of the ego. You will then notice the problem is very small or doesn't even really exist. The state of listening is transcended by the next step of reflection, manana. When the mind is able to direct itself increasingly towards the perception of unity behind apparent multiplicity, it is becoming more purified. Its operations become subtle and penetrative. In general, this state implies reflecting upon whatever you have heard. But this process is further intensified when you begin to ask the single question, who am I? It is here that your mind begins to unlock the Vedantic truth that I am Brahman, the Absolute. The reality in me is the reality behind all that exists. The state of reflection culminates in the process of meditation or nididhyasana, Vedantic meditation. Meditation is the deepest, most intensified flow of mind moving towards its vast spiritual center. It leads to the fourth stage of sakshatkar, atma sakshatkar, self realization. It is here that all illusions dissolve. Here, Jnana Yoga reaches its climax. Here, all miseries terminate and all thirst of human life is quenched. And that is our journey towards Atma Sakshatkar, which we also call as self realization, God realization, Mukti, Nirvana, etc. Moving on to chapter 5, the general review and instructions in integral yoga. In the practice of integral yoga, it is helpful to keep in mind this analogy. Mind is like a mirror that should reflect the divine self. However, according to Yoga Vedanta, mind has three defects. It is dirty with gross impurities of anger, greed, and hate, needing severe scrubbing and scraping. Secondly, it is unsteady, restless, and constantly jiggling, unable to focus its attention on any one point. And thirdly, a thin veil of ignorance is spread over the mirror of the mind, blocking the image of the self. Integral yoga removes these three defects or knots. Gross impurities are removed by karma yoga or action. Again and again, engage yourself in useful activities. Never promote inertia in your life. Never stay in a state of despondency or confusion. Rather, harmonize yourself in such a way that whenever your mind is dejected, depressed, or uninspired, you keep yourself busy with useful activities. By doing so, your mind gradually becomes free of the stress and strain or impure impressions. Action allows you to evolve. Remaining inactive stops the process of your evolution. Like flowing water is clean and pure, but stagnant water becomes dirty and creates problems. So, see that your action is useful. Take delight in learning new arts, new talents, so that you can be more serviceable to people around you. That's Karma Yoga. In daily life, try to develop a creative sense, a sense of increasing joy, as you are able to do so many things as a help to humanity. You become an instrument, and to yourself also, you also benefit. A person who is devoted to karma yoga automatically evolves, but one who takes recourse to laziness and confusion, not allowing his talents to unfold, becomes more and more encased in egoistic complexes. So we will continue this journey in tomorrow's satsang. Hari Om Tat Sat.